Good afternoon, and welcome everybody. Welcome to Lakeside School. Today we gather to celebrate the accomplishments of the class of 2016 and to honor the contributions that our St. Nicholas and Lakeside reunion classes of 1966 have made to Lakeside and the greater community. As the chair of the Board of Trustees, I consistently reflect on the mission of the school. And I'm really in awe and I'm inspired to see how our mission is reflected in the students and the seniors who are going to graduate today. We witness their resolve to contribute wisdom, compassion, and leadership to the global society in which they'll both be living and working. We applaud their willingness to take responsibility for their own lifelong learning, as we have cheered them on because of their eagerness to take advantage of the rigorous academics and the wide array of programs here at the school. We encourage them to carry forward Lakeside's commitment to sustaining a diverse and inclusive community and to being of service to others. Honoring these values and these young people, it is my privilege now to convene formally the 91st commencement of Lakeside School. I am pleased now to introduce Billy Alaka, President of Lakeside's Upper School Student Government this year.
Thank you, Ms. Kramer. Hello. First off, I'd like to welcome all of you to Lakeside, and thank you all for joining us on this amazing summer afternoon to celebrate the class of 2016. It's been a really whirlwind of 8 years for me, starting from 32 brave souls back in 5th grade, and now slowly adding to our little family until the huge class you see before you today. It's been a pleasure to witness the awe-inspiring feats that my classmates have accomplished along the way, and the transformation from awkward teenagers to confident adults that they are now. This class is really a special one for me, and I have no doubt that each and every one of these graduates has the best ahead of them. It's definitely such an honor to have the opportunity to speak today, but I have to admit I don't really know why I'm up here. I am neither the smartest nor the wisest member of my class, and definitely not the funniest. Rather, I just happen to be the head of a student government that tries its best. So, instead of preaching at you about what I think, about how I think a good life should be led, I wanted to share some of the lessons that I've learned from my very own classmates about what it is to live and be a good person. And I hope some of you will find it enlightening. I hope it will stick with some of you past today. So the first thing is this class has taught me to never let perfect be the enemy of good enough. It is definitely a decidedly Lakeside attribute to always strive higher and not accept complacency, but sometimes I've seen that yearning can come in between us and creating really good work. The catchy slang that I've heard many football and lacrosse coaches use is know when to hold 'em and know when to fold 'em. It's definitely easy to write off that phrase, I think, but the message behind it is really strong, and I've seen firsthand how pushing yourself to create better and more perfect work can stop you from attaining a level that should be good enough for you. However, the converse of that can sometimes be even more dangerous. Complacency has definitely been more relative to many of us these past few months in senior spring. Many of my classmates can attest to that. But us Lakesiders are often told that each of us is a very special and unique snowflake. And I'm not saying that each of you aren't very pretty little snowflakes, but it would do us good when leaving our lakeside bubble in a few months to know that we really aren't inherently any better than anyone else out there. And to think that is very dangerous. And it's good to have a healthy chip on each of our shoulders, to feel that inner drive to have to prove to ourselves and to others that we deserve everything that we've earned and that it hasn't been given to us and we don't deserve to have anything given to us. And the balance of having both of these ideas is really key. Having sacrifice but high expectations, complacency with a chip on the shoulder. And the fact of the matter is, many Lakesiders have literally never failed in their 18 years of living. It seems insane to state this, but unfortunately it's a little too true. I don't mean little failures like a bad test grade, a lost sports game, or forgetting to sign in one day. I mean real and true failures that each of us will inevitably face one day in life. When we don't have caring teachers and helicopter parents to catch us when we fall, we have to be able to face those, and we have to be able to be strong enough to face that when we come from a place where failure is really not an option. And with these types of circumstances, it's really no surprise that a lot of the time we allow ourselves to fall below our potential, because at the end of the day, we feel like our snowflakes are going to be just fine. The great news is that this phenomenon is something we can and have to fix. Simply being aware of that balance between enjoying the luck that each of us has been given and striving to prove our own worth can help us from straying too far from either extreme. As Aristotle and, more importantly, Drake preached, know yourself. No one else can tell you when you are resting on your laurels, and no one else can identify when it's time to accept good enough. Complacency with a chip on the shoulder. This class has also taught me to embrace strong opinions. Speaking of complacency, one area our class could improve upon is accepting the way bureaucratic systems are and not trying to change the things we find unacceptable. We will all encounter bureaucracies at some point in our life, and allowing the unacceptable things to occur and policies to exist without even speaking out against them is an express way to ruin. Good citizenry is not just being happy with the way things are. Good citizenry is speaking out against things that you believe in and looking to improve the system that has been built. Especially the way we've come to define it in this country, we need to call out those in charge when they're doing a poor job. We hold those people in high regard, but also with high expectation. Do not be afraid to voice your opinion. I'll admit, okay, I don't like Meatless Monday. I wish we were allowed to plan our own senior prank. There's nothing wrong with strong opinions and expecting more of your leaders. In fact, it's the only way to grow as an organization. I hope at least some of these lessons can resonate as strongly as they have with me. And to my classmates, I would wish you luck, but obviously it's already on our side. Go out and get them. To the parents, friends, and relatives here today, thank you for listening to my 2 cents, and congratulations on your young person's accomplishments. Back in September, I spoke to the school at convocation, and I hoped for a good year ahead, and I think that they have delivered in full. I also took a whole school selfie to begin the year, and now, to come full circle, I'll now take another selfie with the entire grade to wrap up the year. Okay, ready? Let me put it on selfie mode. Wait, yes. I'll take one with you guys too. Hey, taking advantage of opportunities. So thank you all. This class and my school will always have a really special place in my heart, and I will forever be proud to be a Lakeside Lion and especially a member of this very special class. So thank you all. It's really been such a pleasure, and I love each and every one of you. What more can I say? lock her out.
Good afternoon. As director of the upper school here at Lakeside, it is my great pleasure and privilege to tell the story of this class. A few months back, you, class of 2016, hosted Spring Fling, the dance formerly known as OLOT. You worked hard to plan the event. The video announcement poked just the right amount of fun at the school and the administration, leaving us all, even me, laughing. The theme, Footloose, made it clear to everybody that it would be a fun night. You came up with a new and unique location, which you managed to keep secret right up until the announcement. Your planning was impeccable. Then came the night of the dance. The decorating committee arrived early and transformed Fremont Abbey into a beautiful space. With your work complete, you then sat around awaiting the arrival of your fellow students. Inevitably, the first group to walk in were freshmen, showing up at 8:01, having sat in their parents' cars till 8 o'clock on the dot, so as not to be early. Now, at many schools, the arrival of a group of freshmen would, at best, be ignored by seniors. Not this class. You, being you, greeted them with applause and cheers, welcoming them to your party with enthusiasm and excitement. Just as you have welcomed us all to your party over the past 8 years. As one of the more tight-knit classes Lakeside has seen, you have made the school a more joyful, inclusive, and collaborative place, bringing your own brand of humor and delight to pretty much everything you have done. In fact, when I asked the faculty to send me items about your achievements, 90% of what I received were stories of things you did to make them laugh. The usual response to that annual request, I will add, is a list of achievements, championships, prizes, and honors. While your achievements are as spectacular as ever, your impact on this community will be what we remember. Examples abound. In middle school, you had quite a thing for videos, it turns out. A number of you, including some of my very own advisees, made a video with Mr. Hobson about the discovery of an intriguing species, Homo sapiens. Others of you made the first ever rules video, humorously pointing out the dangers inherent to climbing trees, running in the hallways, and going to 7-Eleven. Ms. Asaka reports that your brand of humor was particularly on display during as you left selfies on her bulletin board, rearranged her stuffed animals, awkwardly demonstrated freak dancing for her, and made faces through her window when she was having serious meetings with parents and guardians. Your practical jokes also made their way to Ms. Patankar's classroom, where you, on various occasions, turned all the furniture upside down, hid in another classroom, laughed at her awkward misspelling of the word peninsula. My favorite, however, was the time you all decided to collectively start screaming at 2:27. All at the same time, right in the middle of whatever you were doing. She said it was like something out of a horror movie, maybe like Chucky. In 5th grade, you were one vote shy of getting a class pet. One of you has taken great pride in maintaining the same directory photo since 6th grade. Here at the upper yourself into history simulations with enthusiasm, joy, competitive spirit, and creativity. You have written advertisements for the Mongols, hoping to rehabilitate their poor public relations. Acting as mandarins and Emperor Kangxi of the Qing dynasty, you threw the Jesuit representatives out of China for their troublemaking. You renegotiated the Treaty of Versailles and made it through the epic Model UN project, including a futuristic committee on the on the Millennium Development Goals, complete with lightsabers. One of you apparently did an exhortation of sinners in the hands of an angry God, which is still being talked about. You resolved the Cuban Missile Crisis, with everyone by the end speaking in an LBJ-inspired drawl. You've argued all sorts of legal cases, from who should be eligible for driver's licenses to whether it would be better to have professional caregivers raise children. All the while dropping Latin law lingo like it's nobody's business and analogizing high-level legal issues to Taco Bell. Some of you were such prolific participants in class that you were forced to take desperate measures, including clamping your hands over your mouths. Of the group who went on quest, Mr. Lapsley wrote, "It's hard for me to remember a group that so delighted in each other's company, so much so that their attention to things like knot tying or managing the stoves was easily distracted by laughter, resulting in legendary incompetence." Mr. Lapsley reports that he will take love over competence any day. In the course Chaos in Literature, you again showed your ability to learn through play. You used Jenga to illustrate self-organized criticality, developed a group-sourced portrait of Donald Trump to depict the concept of emergence, and created an online word association game to explain the fractal nature of language. I don't even know what that means. You brought your loving cheer to the faculty. A couple of you took over an empty desk in the math department, throwing a desk warming party, complete with an Evite, snacks, and games. You then proceeded to occupy the desk for the remainder of the year, populating it with gnomes and rubber duckies. As juniors, a group of you, in tribute to your beloved teacher, developed the Saucy Stoic Twitter feed, in which you regaled the Twitterverse with Ms. Rogers-isms like, "What is this, a sitcom?" Hashtag Reign of Rogers. We will remember your contributions to our Halloween assemblies. In middle school, one of you was very convincing as the boy from Up. Here in upper school, one of you won the 9th grade contest as Sexy Sax Man. Another of you won the contest an unprecedented 2 years in a row, and your uterus costume will undoubtedly be talked about for years to come. 2 of you, twin brothers, have done everything in your power to enroll in every class together, taking great pleasure in the community's inability to tell you apart. Members of this class developed elbow grease. Originally a project for your entrepreneurship class, elbow grease has grown into a formidable business that matches high school students eager for some cash with members of the community who have jobs that need doing. In the first Page to Stage event, the advanced language students set the standard for years to come, adapting the myth Pyramus and Thisbe to a modern stage. You did all of the writing, all of the acting, performed it to great acclaim for the community. On GSL trips around the world, you managed to acquire great cultural awareness while also having a blast. Dancing the bachata, teaching kids English, participating in drum circles, building community centers and schools, making couscous, planting coffee, learning how to do headstands, mastering the arts of concrete mixing and brick making. It is fair to say that people all over the world have benefited from your enthusiasm. You've also brought that good cheer to our local Seattle community. Some of you raised money and organized supply drives for local organizations like St. Joseph's Baby Corner and the Roots Shelter. Others of you have volunteered at everywhere from the zoo to the Juvenile Diabetes Foundation, to the Seattle Aquarium, to Gilda's Club, to Rainier Scholars. One of you has worked many hours at a camp for autistic children. A group of you conceived of a teen version of 1448, a theater festival that takes participants through the entire process of producing a play, from writing to performing, in just 48 hours. One of you takes in abandoned animals. Others of you have held jobs at everywhere from Menchie's to Safeco Field to Stevens Pass to Crosscut to the bakery at Safeway. Some of you have worked on political campaigns and interned for elected officials. 2 of you conceived of an annual benefit concert to raise money for Seattle Music Partners, providing funds so that elementary students in the Seattle public schools can have access to high-quality music education. One of you, a skilled trumpet player, played taps at the funeral of a local veteran. You've also worked hard to make Lakeside a more inclusive place, a place where every student can feel welcome and known. Two of you collaborated with Ms. Agater on an independent study looking at LGBTQ issues. Among other things, you developed a glossary of terms that has become a go-to resource for Lakeside teachers. Members of this class lobbied the administration to change the conventions around our two semi-formal dances. Thanks to this class, Tolo and Olat have been replaced by Winter Ball and Spring Fling. As a result of this move towards inclusivity, a record number of students attended those dances this year. Once again, welcoming everybody to your party. A number of you have served as discussion facilitators for our community conversations, opportunities for the whole school to come together to discuss issues of equity and inclusion. Of course, like every other Lakeside class, you've also achieved lots of traditional success. You led the chess team to second place in the nationals. Your leadership on the girls' swim team led to a state championship 2 years in a row. The baseball team this year took second in the states. Soccer and tennis teams were each third. One of you is now the highest scorer in both Lakeside and Metro League history, and also the Washington State Gatorade Player of the Year. Two of you were named Metro League MVP for your sport. One of you won the International Computational Linguistics Olympiad. Another of you served as leader of the Legislative Youth Advisory Council. Another is on the national rugby team. One of you has petitioned to compete in track for the Haitian national team. 3 of you were among the 500 students nationally to qualify for the USA Math Olympiad. You also possess all sorts of cool skills: map making, fashion design, photography, ballet, fiction writing, swing dancing, badminton, gardening, beekeeping, backyard farming, card making, fishing, knitting, hiking, meditating, scuba diving, comic book writing. One of you has taught yourself Esperanto. Another has independently studied Old Occitan. One student in this class has taught herself American Sign Language, sharing her skills each year at Lakeside's annual talent show. And yet another has been instructing her classmates in the native Alaskan language of her heritage. At least 2 of you have climbed Mount Rainier. One of you sings with Northwest choirs and has performed with the Seattle Symphony. Another of you spent a month living in Gaza, learning firsthand about the Israeli-Palestinian conflict. One of you has a Twitter feed dedicated to the band One Direction, which now has 230,000 followers. 2 of you have your own YouTube channels. One of you created Greenhouse, a browser extension that displays congressional campaign contributions. Another won a prize from Social Venture Partners for the online typing tutor you developed for dyslexic kids. One of you developed a web-controlled power strip. One of you won the National Center for Women in Technology Award for Washington State, and 2 of you were recognized as runners-up. You've also helped each other. You've carried backpacks and books for injured friends forced to navigate this campus on crutches. You've supported each other through the deaths of family members. You've welcomed students new to the school, making sure that everybody feels included. You have lobbied for school policies that are fair and inclusive. Indeed, your commitment to creating a caring and inclusive community stands as a lesson for us all. When asked to describe this class, the faculty have used words like kind, empathetic, creative, smart, hardworking, fun, eager. I heard from one person that you are prone to whimsy, subtle humor, and kindness, that you are undercover super friends, and that you spread a great positive vibe throughout the school. So, my undercover super friends, the last step of this speech is to identify this class's word. How best to describe the class that brought humor, light, inclusivity, and fun to the school? You've not only been collaborative and inclusive, you have also been joyful and funny. Just one more anecdote. Sometime in the midst of junior year, during a period that can really only be seen as the doldrums of high school, then 11th grade class coordinators, Lupe and Dr. Wallin, hosted a class meeting in the WCC. Now, this was not like any other class meeting. There was no speaker. No lesson or overarching message, no PowerPoint, no follow-up discussion and advisory. The intent was to get you out of your doldrums, provide some time for fun. There were root beer floats and games, lots of games. The last event of the day was a limbo contest. You were all dancing through the initial rounds, laughing and singing. Ultimately, there were about 3 or 4 people left in the contest. The rest of you gathered around, cheering, laughing, singing along with the music. The stress of junior year fell away. You were completely in the moment, enjoying the time with your friends, cheering on your classmates as they contorted themselves into impossible positions. Class of 2016, this is how we will remember you, laughing and enjoying yourselves en masse, always together, supporting each other, whether doing the limbo or solving a math problem. As I looked for a word, I needed something that encompassed that collaborative fun, that inclusive joy, your cheerful collective spirit, your synergy. The word I landed on literally means jovial companionship. So, without further ado, ladies and gentlemen, I introduce the convivial class of 2016.
It has been my privilege to serve as the head of school during the time that this class has been at Lakeside. And I would echo Alix's observations. It is a unique class filled with talented and compassionate and convivial individuals. If you haven't already, you will find in your program brief personal statements from each of the seniors we are about to honor. We will now begin the individual recognition of the accomplishments of the class of 2016 by awarding the first group of diplomas. Will the first group please stand? Nicole Jabon Abram. Samuel James Brown Agosti. Congratulations, man. Lovely, thank you. Kayla Alexander Allen.
Sorry.
Nice. William Wallace Alaka II. What are we doing?
Congratulations.
Lovely, Billy, thanks. Kind of 60s. Samuel Bay. Great. Marie Mishlove Renee Bain.
Thank you.
Thanks so much. Catherine Oka Bernardez. Anna Caro Beshlian.
Thank you. I have glitter for you.
Oh, that's really especially special. Where's that glitter going to go? Oh, I get it. Chloe Rose Gann Billingsley. Congratulations, Chloe. Nice. Thanks. Miles Kirkaga Blessing.
Yes, no, I appreciate it. Too, have a necklace for you.
Really, thanks, Miles. Akilan Bupati. Thanks. Karen Thomas Boyle. Congratulations, Kiki.
Can I give you this?
Absolutely. Thank you. Logan John Brennan. Congratulations, man. Really, it's so special. Kyle Cullen Bretherton. Thank you, sir. Isaiah Gerald Brown. You ready?
We do the necklace first, right?
Beautiful.
Sorry, are you ready? There we go.
Kirill Jones attending the Crew Nationals and cannot be with us today. Jessica Kai. Thank you so much. Nice. Nice. Walker Elizabeth Kaplan.
Thank you so much. All right, let's see. What? Thank you so much.
Christy Ame Carpenter. Congratulations. Thank you so much. Anderson Unsung Chen. Thank you. Quentin Kyung-ho Chi.
Wow, you look beautiful.
Lovely. You shake my hand.
Oh my goodness, this is great.
Natalie Rowe Clark. Lovely.
Thank you.
Casey Megan Clark. So nice. Congratulations. Alexander Raymond Court. Congratulations. Thank you. Nail Mansour Demiselon. Congratulations, man.
Another one.
Isaiah David De La Fuente.
Let me get yours. You look good.
Thanks, man.
Thank you so much.
Sarah Elizabeth Draves. Just gorgeous, thanks. Good stuff. Sophia Josefina Lago Dudas.
I have ducky bling for you.
Nice, nice, nice. Thank you. And it fits beautifully. Danielle Lee Durbin. Thank you so much. Michael Ito Edmondson. Thanks. Matthew James Edwards. Congratulations.
There's something new.
Yeah, really, it's like awesome. Thanks. Thanks. I'm feeling great. Emma Riley Every. Thanks, Emma. Corey Robert Volk.
How's your neck feeling?
It's good, really. It's still light. Elizabeth Avery Frankenberg.
Thank you, Mr. Merrill.
Thanks. Hana Morgan Matsui Fulgham.
Thank you so much.
My great
And
pleasure.
then I have another one for you.
Oh, really? That's very special. Peter Gordon Glass. Thanks. Thanks, man. Kellen Andrew Goodwin. Congratulations.
Here's your.
The bling. Kyle Patrick Gracer. Congratulations.
Two for you.
Two, and they're very colorful. Wow. Thanks. Ryan Kirby Green. Congratulations. Thanks. Inez Guillaume. Congratulations. Thanks. Nice as a look. Laurel Alexandra Hager.
Yay, another one.
Beautiful. Zora Siamkovic Han. Nice. Matthew Stephen Hammond. Congratulations, man.
There you go.
Thank you. Henry Daniel Hardman. Henry is attending the Crew Nationals and cannot be with us today. Caroline Pearl Healy.
Thank you so much. I'll have a special flower for you, too.
That's it's beautiful.
Yeah, thanks, thanks for being a good sport.
Alexandra Zirong Hildreth. Congratulations.
Another one, I know, just what you wanted.
That's beautiful. Joshua Hinman. Thank you. Nicholas Charles Holland.
I got the necklace, but.
It's all right. Good. Gabriel Tate Ingram Brown. Nice job, man.
Oh. There you go.
Thanks, buddy.
Oh.
Sanjeev Ram Jaharthanan.
All right, shake your hand first. Thank you.
Congratulations, man.
There we go.
Genevieve Barbara Jors. Congratulations.
Thank you. Surprise!
Surprise. What is that? Thank you so much.
I know, right?
Evan Reeve Johnson. You too, buddy. Thank you. Stephanos Larnus Jones. Congratulations.
Pardon the inconvenience.
It's all good. Peter Ming Kim. You ready?
On behalf of the class of 2016, I'd just like to wish Helen Teagan a very happy 18th birthday. We all love you.
Kimija Michelle King. Congratulations. Thank you. Thank you so much. Hannah Carolyn Curley.
There we go. Thanks, Brian.
Eloise Rose Klebanoff.
You'll never guess what I have for you.
No, it's really, at this point, stunningly unique. Isaac Clysley Murphy.
Thank you so much. There you go. Give me a hug.
Thanks, man, you got one.
There we go.
Miranda Bryn Klink. Oh, a ring.
Yeah, a broken one.
Broken. I'll remember it for sure. Yeah, I'm feeling a little dizzy, Hannah, already. In preparing this most important of Lakeside ceremonies, we make sure that student voices and perspectives are an integral, essential component of the ceremony. The work that we do here, really the only work, is to provide these students with the most authentic, challenging, and inspiring educational opportunities that we can. And the class of 2016, as you've already heard from Alik's, has taken every advantage of these opportunities. So it is now my great pleasure to introduce Sophia Dudas and Jared Yeomans, chosen by their classmates to speak on behalf of the class of 2016.
Okay. Hello, class of 2016, underclassmen, teachers, parents, guardians, crazy uncles who you forced to sit a few rows away during this ceremony, and random elderly people who just wandered down here from Aegis. Welcome. This here is Jared Yeomans, class clown, designated comic relief character, senior heartthrob, and smooth stud.
And she is Sophia Dudas, local sexpert, math lover, and duck worshiper. You might have seen us on stage before, myself getting beat up and ridiculed in school plays and outside of school plays, and Sophia on stage during the Halloween assemblies dressed as a uterus. Pretty much every time we take the stage, we're making fools out of ourselves. So thank you, class of 2016, for trusting us to speak to you today. I'm usually a pretty lighthearted guy, but in the last few weeks of class, especially drama class, a certain nostalgia hit me. In drama, we learned about the art of clowning, and that one of the principal rules of clowning is that a clown never really wants to leave the stage. And that's sort of how I'm feeling right now. This will be the last time that we take the stage that is Lakeside, and I'm not quite sure I'm ready to leave.
For these past 4 years, this campus has been our stage, and we've all been actors. And like all good characters, we're flawed. Flawed as in complete messes, like Bernie said in his convocation speech at the beginning of this year. In our 4 years here, we've done some pretty cool things, but we've also had moments of embarrassment, failure, and complete ridiculousness. However, we've lived through all these together, and we've learned from all of these moments, so I think they can be considered accomplishments in their own right.
Like Sophia said, we've messed up a lot. What? How far does this? Oh my gosh. Oh jeez. In the bathroom? Oh man. To point out a few of these accomplishments, the seniors led the chess team to second place nationally in Atlanta, Georgia, each of them leading through inspiration. In fact, they were so inspirational that they inspired the underclassmen to outperform them. So really the seniors were the MVPs, or that's what they've been telling themselves the past few weeks.
Ethics Bowl earned second place not 1, but 2 years in a row. They were in the running for first this year until one team member punched a baby and the other ruled it ethical.
Yeah. The reigning finalists and most successful Lakeside improv team were booted out in the primaries this year. It was a loss for the improv team, but it was a victory for their parents because they didn't have to watch their kids do improv.
I've heard from a bunch of teachers that we raised more money than previous classes with our fundraising dances. It seems as if the student body has gotten over their outrage at the freak dancing bands, or is maybe just more sexually repressed. Remember, freshmen, safe sex is sexy.
Yep, knew that one was coming. A lot of you, our amazing classmates, are learning the language of the future, computer programming, and are using it to better our world through developing a browser extension to expose political corruption, inventing a system to help dyslexic people type, and torrenting The Hobbit on lakeside property, the perfect crime, really.
We've traveled to 10 developing countries, teaching English in local schools, building houses, learning about regional ecosystems, and having lots of new experiences. You know, Jared, I heard that quite a few of the houses built by the Costa Rica trip this spring were decorated with a peculiar C+P = heart carvings in them.
I don't know what that,
Interesting.
Our class single-handedly drove the outspoken anti-fracking activist Josh Fox into hiding.
We were the first Lakeside class that actually had senior skip day band.
We had a senior skit that was worse than no senior skit, and possibly destroyed the longest-standing Lakeside tradition.
We pushed Jim Gall, Liz Gallagher, and Shiva Sankrithi into retirement after way too many years of interacting with teenagers.
And in a single assembly freshman year, we personally offended a high-profile businesswoman and philanthropist. The point is, in these past 4 years, we've done some stuff, and some of it has been impressive, and some of it makes you question whether we should be allowed off this monitored campus ever.
Despite being a group of 135 highly dysfunctional teenagers, we all made it to this point, graduation. You sit before me, pit stains and all, in your black gowns. We all made it.
You know, a few days ago, I was watching a home video of my elementary school graduation in anticipation for today. Something that one of my teachers said really stuck with me, and I think it really applies here, even today, even 7 years later. A snake is just a big meat noodle with a teeth and a bad attitude.
Jared?
Oh, sorry, that's the wrong page. I'm sorry. We came as many and we left as one. Sorry. Back then in 5th grade, I wasn't fully able to appreciate that quote because I was too busy trying to figure out whether or not girls were icky. And now that I've had a lot more time to reflect on my time at Lakeside and all the connections I've made and the people I've met, the memories I'll always cherish, I can say for sure that girls are really icky. Just excuse me.
When I came to Lakeside, I don't think I'd ever truly been challenged in school before. But I was thrown into this wonderful institution surrounded by such accomplished, talented, and hardworking peers, yourselves. Initially, I felt a little intimidated and oftentimes inadequate. However, when I learned to become vulnerable, to accept that I was a mess, to admit that I needed help, I realized that you all felt the exact same way. We've learned to depend on one another in our times of need, and we've learned to applaud for one another in our victories. I found classmates I found classmates who have my back, who will sign me in when I'm running a few minutes late. Sorry, Miss Lessering. I found teachers who will meet with me every single day, earning me my own designated desk in the math office. And I found a community who greets me with a standing ovation when I take the stage dressed as a sex organ.
Lakeside has always been a big part of my life. My first memory of it was when I think I was about 7. My grandpa, TJ, took me to his office to shield me from the senior streak. Just last month, my mom, Asha, showed me an old video of her graduation. She also was chosen by her class to give a speech during her graduation. When I think about my mom and I think about my grandpa, knowing that they also graduated from here, and I think about what phenomenal people they've become, I can't believe I'm here. But I am, and so are you. We're at the top of a mountain I would have never thought I could have climbed, and now we're seeing that we have not even begun to climb as high as we can.
In my time, in my vulnerable moments at Lakeside, I've handed over a little bit of myself to each of you, trusting that you'll keep it safe. Every person in our community has learned to do the same, and in this way we've become collectors of one another. To be vulnerable now, I'm terrified to leave this stage and our sheltered community. I'm scared to be in a place where not everyone knows my name. I'm worried that people will find my quirky obsessions with mathematicians and ducks to be just plain weird instead of kind of endearing. I'm afraid to be an insignificant extra on the next stage I take, instead of facing a familiar audience and a standing ovation.
After we leave this stage, we'll move on to our own separate performances with new casts and new audiences. However, it'll be in those moments of vulnerability that we'll all face later where you have to lay down your arms and admit that you can't do it alone, when you'll remember Lakeside. Because we made it through this place, through getting binders thrown at us in Mr. Reader's 6th grade class, the awkward puberty-ridden 7th grade year, the Odyssey in 8th grade, the freshman year formal dances, Model UN, junior spring, the college process, and now saying goodbye to one another. All of that is pretty hard to endure, but we learned how to be vulnerable, and once we accepted help, we thrived.
And in these moments of trial, we have to remember that we hold life in the palm of our hands. We really can do anything, but not alone, and that's okay. We've had each other, but we've also had our teachers and our parents. Our teachers care about us not only as students, but also as people. They'll take walks with us around the track. They'll ask us about our family and our passions. They're there for us in our vulnerable moments, granting countless extensions and offering school-sanctioned actions of sympathy. Head pats, side hugs when you're crying in the math office. And then there's our parents. They love and support us unconditionally, and they're on our side even when we're wrong. They do their best to show us the ropes, but sometimes it's uncharted territory for them as well. I bet us leaving this year is scary for them too. So after this ceremony, you should give them a moment to be vulnerable. Let them give you a hug and let them just cry over you leaving. But remember that together with our classmates, our teachers, and our parents, we've been stitched together by this unfaltering acceptance and support.
We did this all. Like, we all won the International Linguistics competition. We all have played piano for international music festivals in Italy, and we all have been kicked out of a Ross Dress for Less for oogling at the mannequins.
Jared, you just can't take credit for those 2 amazing accomplishments by our classmates and pin your pornophilia on the entire grade.
Well, I mean, I don't know who did each of those. They don't have names on them. So.
You know, in order, James with linguistics, David with piano, and you and Ross
Okay,
Dress
well,
for Less.
that's, I don't know about that. I'd like to close with some final remarks about the class of 2016. As one of the more tight-knit classes Lakeside has seen, you have made the school a more joyful, inclusive, and collaborative place, bringing your own brand of humor and delight to pretty much everything you have done. In fact, some could even call you as convivial.
Jared, didn't Alix just say that, word for word? You can't plagiarize her speech in front of 600 people. The Judicial Committee hears all.
Okay, well, I'm sorry. See, I'm such a mess. Okay, we need to conclude this somehow, Sophia.
How can we possibly wrap up all these years we spent together? We're accomplished, but sometimes we're messes. We're growing up, but sometimes you just feel like an oversized child. Oh, yeah. We're confident and poised in this tradition as we take our curtain call, yet we're terrified and shaking behind this podium at the same time. But we all share these contradictions. They bind us together. So thank you, class of 2016, for letting us make fools out of ourselves on the stage one final time.
Honestly, I'm not supposed to go this long without making a fool of myself. And now, as is tradition with every Lakeside graduation, we will now perform the ceremonial release of the doves. Congratulations!
Yeah, we love you! Thank you.
Scroll.
Oh man, we made a mess.
We will now award diplomas to our second group of the class of 2016. Will the second group please rise? Sharif Elias Mohammed Kumbo. Congratulations. Thank you.
I think mine's the best.
I think so too. Abigail McBride Correll. Congratulations, Abby. Rohit Kumar. Congratulations, man.
Shoulder. James is jealous.
Thank you. Samuel William Cooper.
There you go, sir.
Congratulations, man.
Yep, thank you.
Josephine Rainey Lang.
How are you?
I'm great. How are you?
Good.
Give me no handshakes here. Pearl Lamb.
Thank you.
Hannah Catherine Larson.
Trying something new. No beads. You can have some
Oh,
bread,
no, a
though.
baguette. Like, awesome. Thanks. So just a small piece for right now, but you know.
You have to share with us.
Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Peter Nicholas Lees. Congratulations. Thank you. Lex Xander Lay. Congratulations, man.
Another one.
Yeah, beautiful. Thank you. Omar Jason Leon. Congratulations. Thanks, man. Ryan Jakai Liu.
Mr. Now,
Congratulations.
is it getting a little heavy?
A little heavy. Thanks. Mona Wei Shin Lu.
so much. Thank you.
Anna Rose Palmer Long.
Thank you.
Congratulations. Thank you. Maxwell James Macon. Congratulations, man.
Thank you.
Samuel John Macon. Congratulations, man.
I think one more would complete your outfit.
I think so. It's close.
There you go. Thank you.
Olivia Nina Martins. Congratulations.
Little photo.
Totally. Danielle Tien Mathewson.
Am I curtain yet?
Getting there.
To recommend a chiropractor.
Congratulations, buddy. Andrew David McCrae.
Looks terrific.
Yeah, thanks. Nicole Elizabeth McHenry.
Looks like that's a lion's mane.
That's Nicole. Carter Rivera McCoyne.
Just so you know what's about to happen.
I know. Good. Hold on, Carter. Wait.
Oh boy.
Yeah, that was life-changing. Isabella Sophia McShay.
Hi.
Congratulations.
Thanks so much.
Thank you.
I don't have anything for you.
Emma Louise Mitchell Sparks. Emma is attending the Crew Nationals and cannot be with us today. Hymenot Abebe Mitiku. Congratulations. Nice. Robel Bien Mugaleta. Ready?
Two chains.
Ifra Moomin. So cool. Gabian Na.
Can you take your glasses off real quick?
Yeah, sure, please.
On the ear.
All right, let's see how this works, Gabian. Elliot Forrest O'Brien.
Want another one?
Totally. Marla Evelyn Odell. Congratulations. Thank you. Elizabeth Callan Oakey. Aiden Connor O'Neill. Congratulations. Daniel J. Park. Thanks so much. Andrew John Parks.
Thank you. I think this better bring out the color in your eyes, so.
So sweet.
Thank you.
Camille Christine Pollock. Congratulations, Camille.
Thank you.
You really need more of these.
I do. Colin James Petersdorf. Samuel Carlos Pollock Toro. Congratulations, man. Thanks. Patricia Pop. Emily Tatum Prentice.
Thank you so much. Been so gracious.
Thank you. Cassius Lee Pumphrey.
Here we go. Thank you. Thank you.
You guys are up, man. These are heavy.
No.
There we are.
It's now my pleasure to introduce Crystal Ondo from Lakeside Class of 1999. She's the president of the Lakeside St. Nicholas Alumni Association. She will share reflections on the connections in the Lakeside community that are represented here today. And Jenny Estel, middle school drama teacher and proud member of the class of 2006, will join Crystal at the podium momentarily. Jenny and her peers will celebrate their 10th reunion this weekend.
Good afternoon, seniors. Today marks the completion of a significant chapter in the lives for each of you. I add my congratulations to all you have accomplished to get here today. It's my pleasure to welcome you as members of the Lakeside St. Nicholas Alumni Association, where you are joining more than 7,000 other alumni. You have been an active and accomplished class at Lakeside, and I hope that you will continue to contribute your energy and enthusiasm to the school as alumni in the future. I am hopeful that you will participate in the activities sponsored by the Alumni Association and will continue to enrich the wonderful Lakeside community. I would now like to welcome Jenny Estel, Lakeside class of 2006, to join me at the podium. Each year, it is a tradition to ask one of our faculty or staff who is also an alumni to help the Alumni Board President carry out the time-honored tradition of recognizing special constituencies in our audience at graduation, which also gives everyone a chance to stretch for a moment. It's our pleasure to recognize these people and groups represented here today who have cared about you through the years. As you are all aware, you did not get here totally on your own. We ask all in the audience to stand up when we read the category or description that fits you.
For those of you who have parented one of the graduating seniors over the years, we acknowledge the many hours spent driving students, sorting rummage, attending events, helping with homework, and guiding wayward adolescents. Will the parents and guardians of the class of 2016 please stand and receive our warmest thanks and tribute.
In your task, shaped the school by your presence, and contributed in so many ways to its bright future. Will the alumni of St. Nicholas and Lakeside schools in attendance today please stand and receive your welcome as valued members of the school community.
We wish to recognize those of you whose patience and goodwill has been tested, perhaps most of all, unseen, unacknowledged, and barely remembered. You have withstood the storms and been loyal supporters of these graduates. Will all the siblings of today's graduates please stand? Sorry, I stapled it.
We now honor the group that produced and raised the parents and guardians we recognized earlier. Would the grandparents, great-grandparents, and grand friends of our graduates please stand and receive our gratitude for all you have contributed.
Extended family members contribute their important share of encouragement and support through the years. Will all the aunts, uncles, cousins, second cousins, godparents, and other relatives of our graduating seniors please stand?
The vital center of our school is its faculty and staff. Your hard work and loving guidance has and will continue to influence our students on all of their lives. Please stand and accept our gratitude.
With deep gratitude, we wish to recognize the Board of Trustees for its role in ensuring the integrity and continuity of Lakeside School. Would all trustees of Lakeside and St. Nicholas, past, present, and appointed, please stand?
We wish to acknowledge all of you who have not yet been recognized today. Those of you who are here today through no obligation of employment or familial ties, you are the friends and neighbors, or the friends of neighbors, or the neighbors of friends, or the hapless bystander. Perhaps you got lost on your way. Anyone who has not yet been mentioned in the previous categories and simply would like to stretch for a moment, please stand. Today, you were led in the graduating processional by the Lakeside and St. Nicholas classes of 1966, proudly carrying their class banners. On behalf of the Lakeside and St. Nicholas Alumni Association, I would like to present the class of 2016 with your own traditional alumni banner. It's in the middle. You will carry that as you lead us all out at the completion of the ceremony. The Alumni Association wishes you all the best as you go into the world, and many happy returns to this wonderful campus for school events and reunions to keep the bonds with your classmates and your alma mater strong and true. We hope this banner hangs often and with pride at future events of the class of 2016, and particularly during your own 50th reunion in the year 2066. Congratulations.
Well, class of 2016, 2/3 of you have your degrees in hand, and if all goes well, the remaining third will graduate in just a few minutes. It has all gone by so quickly, I have to say. Seeing so many of you as 5th graders and 8th graders and 10th graders, and last night seeing the video, actually of 5th, 8th grade, and now seniors performing. I've been at the school, I think, as you know, 17 years. You were 1 year old when I arrived at the school, and from little babies to here you are graduating from high school today. And I think you recognize that graduating from high school is one of the major milestones of your life. So be sure to enjoy today and all of the ceremonies surrounding it. You are currently, with today's audience, surrounded by people who worked so hard to educate you, who came to your games and performances and chess matches and science olympiads and math competitions and so much more. People who praised you at every turn, who tried to notice and develop every talent that you had, who supported you through the ups and downs of the first 18 years of your lives. There will be few days in your life, maybe your college graduation, your wedding, when you will be surrounded by so many people who love you and care about you and want all that is good for you. So do spend some time today and in the next couple of days trying to take in the power of that much love. And remember, class of 2016, that you did not get here today on your own. So make it a point to thank everyone who brought you to this important transition point in your life. And if you carry away only one memory from this graduation, please let it be this, that none of us accomplish anything on our own, and I think you as a class know that so well, that anything any of us become that's of any lasting value is because we have done it with others, and they have supported us along the way. On behalf of the faculty, staff, and board, I want to add my thanks and appreciation to all of you here today who have done so much to support the class of 2016 during their time at Lakeside. As educators at this school, we know that they would not be the kind, decent, honorable, and convivial people that they are without the loving support and firm guidance that you have offered to all of them. And I will tell you, it is an honor for all of us at the school to be in partnership with all of you. So today, seniors, as you know, you close one chapter of your life and you open another. You have literally limitless possibilities before you. So many different things you might do, so much that you will accomplish. It's a magical time for you. And before you go off into the world, I want to just say one final set of remarks to you. As many of you know, many in the audience, but certainly not all of you, Killian and I took a sabbatical this past year, leaving on February 12th and returning on May 12th. My sabbatical, obviously, from Lakeside, and Killian's from Kirby Cafe. It was the first time in 40 years that I had taken any prolonged period at all away from work. And while I was away, I did not keep up with what was going on at Lakeside and returned to the school 3 months later, really with almost no knowledge of what had happened since I was away. I closed my email account the day that I left, For years, I've wanted to have this fantasy message I wanted to leave that I will not be getting in touch with you ever. I will not be responding to your email. Finally got to check that off my bucket list. My daughters thought it was an overly aggressive message, so if I offended any of you, I want to apologize now. And I texted no one except my family members. I took a complete break from measuring my life. I don't know, maybe you are all healthier than I am and you don't measure your lives, but I stopped weighing myself. I didn't note my split times while running. I didn't review in my head every day what I had accomplished. I didn't check things off my list. And I love lists, so the last one was really hard to do, but I managed to do it. We watched no TV and only a few movies when we could get them. And the first week that we were away, we were at a monastery in New Mexico, and we didn't even speak for the first 7 days. We literally stepped out of our lives entirely into really an alternate universe where there were no expectations of us, no schedules to meet, no memos to write, no projects to work on, no externals from which we could derive our sense of identity. And it was great. I have to say it was great. But I do want to tell you it was not all easy. I've always been a restless person who just wants to do stuff. And I worried about being bored. In fact, at the beginning of the sabbatical, I literally woke up multiple times in the middle of the night worrying about being bored. And I know, neurotic. And that went on. That went on for about 2 weeks. And then I started to get over that a little bit. And then I started to worry about other things. And I realized, wow, I'm just always going to worry about something. And I did. I worried about whether we brought the right equipment on the trip. I worried about whether we made the right hotel reservations. I worried about whether we'd get lost in the largest forest in Europe that we were walking through. I brought a compass, but I have no idea how to use a compass. But I did carried it every day, just in case. But finally, when I could relax enough, I could put aside at least most worrying, not all, but most, and reflect about my life, what I've done to date, what I've not done enough of, and what I want to do more of. I didn't go to a school like Lakeside growing up, and it's vogue among our alumni to say that they wouldn't get in if they had to today, and that might be true of some of them. It was definitely true of me. I would have not gotten in. But over my 17 years at the school, I feel like I really have become a Lakeside student in temperament, if not in talent. And what does that mean? Accomplishment-oriented, some would say driven, a perfectionist, worried about failure, success-oriented. Now I know, with the good members of the class of 2016 sitting to my right, that not all of them embody all of these characteristics. But I do think some of you, many of you, most of you, maybe all of you embody at least a couple of these characteristics. And I do think there's a distinct Lakeside temperament. And I want to speak a little bit about that today. Before you go off into the world, I want to talk a little bit about what does it mean to be success-oriented? What does it mean to be driven? What does that mean for you in day-to-day life? And I want to invite all of you in the crowd. I know many of you, parents and guardians in the community. Some of you also share the Lakeside temperament, driven, perfectionist, success-oriented. And some of you are quite mellow. So if you're mellow, just take it slow right now and daydream and think about the future. You don't have to listen very carefully, but I invite the rest of you to listen. So, first piece of advice to those with a Lakeside temperament. We all have a tendency to grossly underestimate the value of doing nothing. Nothing, just doing nothing. Just run that word through your head a few times. Nothing, I'm going to do nothing. Before I left, I ran into Hans de Vries, actually right over there. And Hans had just come back from a sabbatical a couple of years before, and he pulled me aside, and he smiled and said, you know, Bernie, really be sure to take some time doing nothing. And I smiled back and I nodded affirmatively. But secretly I thought, what kind of left-wing, slacker, communist advice is this? Nothing. It was like inconceivable. But in my time away, I tried to do that. I tried to do nothing, and I actually found that I sort of liked it. In fact, at one point, I became so proud of doing nothing, I thought about logging it. I thought about measuring it, and keeping track of how accomplished I was at it. But I realized that's inimical to the spirit of doing nothing. But here's what I found, everyone, about doing nothing. I felt generally more rested, that's not surprising, right? And had a great perspective on the day. I had more patience with people and with situations in general, and I just generally felt more empathic towards everybody and everything. I think I actually came to better understand people and situations. I also noticed that there was beauty in every place where I chose to do nothing. Just seemed to be a coincidence. And even sublime beauty. And I felt in moments of doing nothing a sense of the infinite in the finite. I even came to appreciate that trying to be perfect may be the wrong goal for all of us, because it will get in the way of doing nothing. And doing nothing really matters. For it's in moments of doing nothing that we become more fully human. We feel inspired. We have a sense of reverence for our surroundings and for other people. We're more likely to help other people. We begin to get a sense of what it means to have the world be a better place for others. So class of 2016, and any of the rest of you who feel you could profit from this, be sure next year in college and over the summer and throughout the rest of your life that you set aside some quality do-nothing time. And you're going to know when you're really doing nothing and when you're not. Doing nothing is not, for example, sitting there texting and having your device sort of ringing all the time. And I will say this about your good parents and guardians. They will, later on today, I think, say to you, that's really good, that idea of doing nothing. But it's a struggle for them. And when they see you doing it, it's going to make them nervous. So here's my advice. Hang in there. You're going to notice some long-term benefits very soon in doing nothing, and they're going to notice it too. So get started on that later on today. Second piece of advice for those of you who might have a lakeside temperament. I think we all worry too much about how everything's going to turn out, sometimes to the extent that we can squeeze out the spontaneity and joy in a situation. Killian and I were doing a 24-day walk from Florence to Rome as part of the sabbatical. And in telling people about this before we left on the sabbatical, virtually everyone said, wow, you're walking across Tuscany and Umbria. That's so beautiful. The people, the food, it's going to be amazing. We're on an 800-year-old trail. And again, I listened, but I thought, yeah, but we could still get lost in that forest I just mentioned. And did I bring the right gear? And is it going to snow? And I was terribly worried about it all. I was very worried about blisters. I obsessed on blisters, you might say, because I had heard that if you get blisters, it's really going to make it hard to do this walk. I went to the website of blisters. Nasty, nasty web pictures of blisters. Don't recommend you do that. I went through 6 different pairs of socks and 3 different pairs of shoes. And Killian, who's much less neurotic than I am, I managed to make her neurotic. She returned her shoes to REI 5 times before we left, all because we were without blisters. I brought with me, this is no exaggeration, 10 packets of moleskin, 3 rolls of medical tape, gauze, various balms and ointments, a full medical cup, and I bought heels, these heel things at the drugstore before I left. I've never even had sore heels, but could happen. I obsessed on everything that could go wrong. And literally, we were 3 days into the walk before I thought, oh yeah, this is beautiful. And the people are amazing, and the food is terrific. And we didn't get a single blister, not a single blister. And this is no lie, this is what I carried. There's 3 rolls of medical tape. If any of you had any trouble walking in here today and you need some blister repair, I'm your guy. I read about it all. So the point, of course, for all of us, and especially the class of 2016, is that, yes, it's great to plan ahead. It's good for you, obviously, to know where you're going to college. You're thinking about your major and internships and career possibilities. But balance that with being open to the spontaneous and the unexpected. By the time we finished that 25-day hike, the most joyful moments we had were those that were spontaneous and unexpected. And I found personally that the less I planned, the more of those moments I was likely to have. I think everyone here today pretty much understands that we love those spontaneous moments, moments with our family and friends where there's so much joy and so much laughter. But we can let our planning get in the way of that if we do too much of it. So imagine this class of 2016. Imagine graduating from college in 4 years without a plan, just being open to what might come your way. It will not be a detriment if you do that. Leave open the possibilities of those Brian Smith moments where you two can drive down the road crying because you're so happy, heading off to something you might do. Also, by the way, when you don't obsess as much on planning, there's more time to do nothing. So that's yet another additional benefit. And then the final piece of advice I have, and this is a very challenging one for those with a lakeside temperament. Sometimes, just sometimes, be open to ideas that are beyond the scope of reason. The first week, as I mentioned a few minutes ago, of the sabbatical, we were at this Benedictine monastery in New Mexico, and we were silent for a week. And we went to, there were services held at regular intervals in a monastery, and we went to some of those services. And by day 3, I had completely had it with the regiment of the monastery and the sameness of the services. I thought, guys, it's 2016, like, you know, how about a little variety in the service? How about a little more entertainment? And then I thought, you don't even have internet here, like, get a grip. I mean, how do you guys communicate with the outside world? Great, you're a 1,500-year-old organization, but I'm telling you, you're missing something. But by day 5, sitting on the services, I started to actually like the sameness of the service. It allowed me to think about some deeper issues that I was pondering, and it dawned on me, maybe these guys are onto something. Maybe they've discovered a truth about the way the world works that's beyond the reach of data and empirical research. Maybe my need for variety is my issue, and that most of the time I use all of the different means at my disposal to distract myself, and that's not great. I even came to realize that it's pretty cool to be without internet, as I spend far too much time bouncing from one topic, knowing an awful lot at the end of the day about very little. So I suggest for all of us with a lakeside temperament that we all try to be more open to truths that we will live by, that will come to us from unusual people and unusual situations, not just from books, data, and classroom experiences, but by being open to the mystery of the world as we find it. So class of 2016, as you leave here today, I urge you to, number 1, do nothing, number 2, plan less, and number 3, find your truths everywhere. If you do so, I believe you will live a joyful, empathic life, you will contribute your light to the world, and you will make the world a better place for everyone. It has been my great privilege and joy to know all of you, and you leave here with my love and respect. Thank you so much. We will now recognize our final group of the graduates of the class of 2016. Will the third group please stand? Elena Maria Ramos. The tiara, the final touch. Alexander Scott Roach. Cecile Brennan Roach. Courtney Porter Roach. Madeline Claire Rodden. Hey, Maddie. Huh, thanks. Nicholas Wyeth Rubin. Thanks, Nick. Megan Holly Ruppel. Thank you. Lindsay Marie Seidner. Congratulations. Thank you. Thank you. Nina Catherine Solipsky.
Thank you.
Thank you. Hannah Ruckelshaus Schab. Nice. Nice. There you are. Hannah Rachel Goldman Shapiro.
Hi. Thank you.
Ryan Michael Shaw.
Thank you.
Dylan Stephen Lawrence Sherman. Ashwith Srivatsan.
This is but a drop in an ocean. Oh, sorry.
What was that? The tiara. Yeah, nice.
Thank you.
Sarah Brianna Sten. David Alexander Nathan Strachan.
Thank you.
Awesome, man.
Oh, no.
Nice. Nice. Adam Anthony Striggins.
Thank you, Mr. Go. Thank you.
Lovely.
Talk down.
Helen Teagan. Sweet. Ooh. It's a tiara. I'm gonna rest my tiara for a moment. Dylan Riley Tom.
You look like a gilded lion.
Ryan Nguyen Tran.
You start at the store. Okay. Take a break.
You're welcome. Catherine McKelvey Tyson.
My neck was good. I'm so sorry.
Diana Elizabeth Van Hoosier. Thanks so much. Mahir Venkatesh. Nice.
Yep.
Thanks.
Wait.
Yeah. Abigail Kathleen Wagner. Thank you. Sarah Catherine Walker. Congratulations. Thanks. Lauren Taylor Wallace. Congratulations. Madeline Patricia Walsh. Thank you. So nice. I really need them. Amy Wang. Congratulations. Thanks. James Turner Berkeley Wedgwood. Congratulations. Eli David Weed.
Sorry.
No problem. Lauren Corinne Wright. Congratulations.
Thank you. How's your neck feeling?
It's really good. It's a little heavy.
There you go.
Thanks. Di-Hu Wu. Congratulations. Nice.
Thank you.
Jared Bennett Yeomans.
Quick one for you.
Kind of glad it's towards the end. Wesley Hua-Young Yu. Thanks. Grayson Kelly Zatzik. David Y. Zhao.
Thank you so much for running.
Oh, sorry. Thank you.
Perfect. Ashley Joe. Congratulations. Nice. Eric Hart Woods Zobel. Congratulations.
Last one, I promise.
Ladies and gentlemen, I give you the class of 2016. This concludes the 91st commencement of Lakeside School. You are all now invited to share in the Parents and Guardians Association reception that honors our newest alumni and members of the Lakeside and St. Nicholas classes of 1966. And the reception will be held in the community center right behind you. Would you please stand as the new alumni of the class of 2016 lead us out?
Ready!